Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. I'm going to do our Week 9 NFL picks and predictions. We're going to go over all of our Week 9 matchups. Game by game, we're going to predict the outcome, the winners, losers, final score. We'll also take a look at our best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-runners. But before we even get started, guys, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop your comments down below. Who do you think is going to win this matchups? It is never too early to start looking at the next week. We have some really good games. Teams are starting to separate themselves as we meet the midway point of the season. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out that pinned comment down below. Click on that link, sign up there. I would definitely appreciate it. Let's not waste some more time. Let's jump right into it. Our very first game, kicking everything off this coming Thursday, October 30th, 8:15 p.m. Our prime game. We have the 2-5 Baltimore Ravens actually coming off a solid win here. The big news, they may have Lamar Jackson. Obviously, they've been going back and forth with that. We hope to see Lamar Jackson back on the field. He's one of the most electrifying quarterbacks in the NFL. They'll be on the road here versus the 2-6 Miami Dolphins, actually coming off of a pretty dominating win themselves. Is that a sign of things to come, or is Miami going to basically revert back to what we've been seeing this entire season? There's a lot of people on the hot seat here. You have McDaniels, Greer, Tua. Played his best game, probably had the most efficient game of his entire career this past weekend, but will they be able to carry that momentum forward? Do they even want to? They want a really good draft pick. What's the point of getting 6 or 7 wins? You might as well just stink it up this season. Right now, the Baltimore Ravens here, one of the best offensive rosters in the NFL, but they got to get the team back on track. Baltimore 63.9% chance to win, Dolphins 35.8. Ravens are 7.5-point favorites, 50.5 over-under. Ravens are coming in 24.9 points a game, throwing for 182, running for 133, but obviously a lot of that is without Lamar Jackson. When he left, they were averaging about 34 points per game. They were actually the number 1 offense in the NFL. They definitely sorely miss him. They want him back. He's someone who can throw for 4,500 yards. He can run for 1,000 yards. He's a past MVP award winner, but they are stacked at the skill positions. Derrick Henry, Flowers, Andrews, likely. There's weapons all over this team, and for the Dolphins here, Dolphins 21.8 points a game, throwing for 187.9, running for 98.5. They got to get the rush yards up. Achin looked really good this past weekend, though, but their defense is pretty bad. Getting up 26.9 points a game, 200 through the air, 145 on the ground. The Ravens will be able to move the ball at will, especially if they have a healthy Lamar Jackson. I'm going to say that he comes back healthy. Give me Baltimore here, 30-20. And now moving on to our Sunday games, November 2nd. It's already the month of November. Geez, 1 p.m. on Fox. This is a very difficult game to call. These are two teams that want to win the game the exact same way based off of their defense and time of possession. The 6-2 Denver Broncos coming off of a solid win, an offensive explosion the last couple of games. Sean Payton's team here, the offense they got going about the midway point last year, and looks like they're repeating that. We've meet the midway point. The offense is rolling. Bo Nix extremely accurate and efficient with the ball. They'll be on the road here versus the number 1 defense in the NFL. The 3-4 Houston Texans also coming off a win. Houston 49.6% chance to win. Denver a 50.0, pretty much a 50-50 split right down the middle with the fans. Denver's 1.5-point favorites, 39.5 over-under. Obviously, Vegas is seeing a lower scoring game. Bo Nix coming in here, really good efficiency passing, high completion percentage. That's what he does. He's an accurate, mobile, extending the plays with his legs quarterback. The dink and dunk passes, he's going to dink and dunk it to death. And J.K. Dobbins having a great season. On the other side, C.J. Stroud has looked like 2023 C.J. Stroud about 3 of the last 4 weeks. He's being efficient with the ball. He's got the playmakers here. If they can get Nico Collins 100% healthy, that could really take this team to the next level. Right now, Denver 25.9 points a game, throwing for 219, running for 137.8, only giving up 18.9 points a game. That's a top 6 defense in the NFL. Houston 21.9 points a game, throwing for 215, running for 113.4, only giving up 14.7 points a game. The number 1 overall points per game defense in the NFL, only giving up 88.4 on the ground. Their goal, shut down the rushing attack for Denver, force Bo Nix into 3rd and long situations, but obviously that's easier said than done. This is a really difficult game to call because you can make a strong case for either one of these teams to get the win. We will revisit this game later this week. As of right now, though, give me Houston at home pulling off the upset. They win at 23-20. Then on Fox at 1 p.m., the 4-4 Carolina Panthers, really tough loss this past weekend. They actually got the doors beat off of them, but that was obviously versus a high-scoring offense. They did not have Bryce Young. Will Bryce Young be playing this game? That's the big question. He's shown this is a 500 team. Give the Panthers some props here, picking up right where they left off last season. The offense has been doing pretty good. The defense much better than last year because they've gotten the ground game going with Dowdle, and that opened up that play action for Bryce Young. Has taken this team to the next level. McMillan also looks strong, but they need Bryce Young here to have a shot. They're on the road versus the 4-1 Green Bay Packers, guys. As me making this one, the Sunday night game is wrapping up right now. Looks like the Packers going to win it. Right now, Green Bay, 70.3% chance to win. Panthers, 29.5% chance. Green Bay, 11.5-point favorites. That's a massive spread for an NFL game. The over-under, 42.5. So much is going to come down to this Panthers offense with or without Bryce Young. They're averaging 19.3 points a game, throwing for 180, running for 136.9, giving up 24 points a game. Very much better than last season. Last season, they were giving up about 34 points a game. So they're playing a lot better complete as a team. Green Bay, 26.3 points a game, throwing for 226, running for 118, giving up 20.5 points a game, only 76.5 on the ground. One of the best rush defenses, one of the best front sevens in the NFL. Green Bay started out the season really hot, went through a 2-week lull. Now they're coming back up. The offense is playing well. Defense is playing well. They had the playmakers. Jordan Love's looking good. Reed, Jacobs, Kraft, too many weapons on this team. Good defense, and they're at home. They shut down the run game. They make it very difficult no matter who the quarterback is for Carolina. They win this one 33-17. 1 p.m. on Fox, the 3-4 Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings, they're not a bad roster at all, but obviously they've had a quarterback arousal. McCarthy, Wentz, neither of them has really solidified themselves at the starting position, and they've both been banged up this season. They'll be on the road here versus one of the best offenses in the NFL, the 5-2 Detroit Lions, and not a team you want to play at home because their offense is lighting things up. Detroit, 70.6% chance to win. Minnesota, 29.1% chance. The Lions are 8.5-point favorites, 47.5 over-under. Minnesota, whether it's Wentz, McCarthy, Mason, Justin Jefferson, you got to sort the quarterback position out. If you have two quarterbacks banged up, you have no quarterbacks. Vikings, 22.1 points a game, throwing for 203, running for 94 yards, giving up 23.1 points a game. They don't have a bad defense at all, but the offense has to get some first downs, get the defense off the field. Detroit, 30.7 points a game, top 3 offense in the NFL. Last year, they were number 1. They're throwing for 224, running for 134. A lot of balance on this team. So many weapons. Goff, Gibbs, Montgomery, St. Brown, Laporta. There's weapons at every single skill position, and they're only giving up 21.6 points a game, only 88 on the ground. Secondary is kind of questionable. You can pass on this team, but the Vikings don't even know who their quarterback is, so I don't see that happening here. Yes, they're more than capable of winning this one, but I trust the Lions offense at home. Detroit wins 26-17. CBS at 1 p.m., the 3-4 Atlanta Falcons definitely didn't play their best football this past weekend. Quarterback issues, not able to push the ball down the field. Sometimes pushing the ball down the field when they need to concentrate on the run game. They'll be on the road, Foxborough versus the 6-2 New England Patriots. How about the Patriots this season? What a start to the season since Vrabel's taken over. And this looks like a completely different team. Drake May got a lot of offseason hype, and so far, he's definitely been living up to it. Right now, 12 touchdowns, 2 picks, 1,800 passing yards. Patriots, they're throwing the ball, they're running the ball, they're playing much better defense. New England's coming in here, 58.8% chance to win. Very difficult to beat at their home stadium. Atlanta, 40.9% chance. Pats are 5.5-point favorites, 45.5 over-under. Falcons really struggling on offense. 17.1 points a game, throwing for 219, running for 123, giving up 22 points a game. They only give up 150 pass yards. Really good secondary, but they're getting gashed on the ground. Bijan Robinson's basically carrying this team on his back. The rest of the skill position, guys, you got to step up to take a load off of him, basically. Patriots, Drake May, Stevenson, Stephon Diggs. He's that veteran presence in the wide receiver room. New England's averaging 26.6 points a game. Really good offense. Throwing for 241, running for 113, only giving up 18.3 points a game, only 76 on the ground. That's what Vrabel's does. They shut down the run, and that's definitely not going to help out the Falcons quarterback situation because if they can run the ball, they're having a lot of difficulty pushing it down the field. Give me the Pats at home, winning this game 28-17. 1 p.m. on CBS. You know this game's going to be a shootout. The 4-3 Chicago Bears here. The Bears, the offense looks much more complete than it did last season. Caleb Williams having a lot better year. Swift, Odunze, Moore. They have the weapons, but they do give up a lot of points every single game. They'll be on the road here versus the 3-5 Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals, one of the worst defenses, if not the worst defense in the NFL. But gosh, since Flacco's taken over, they're averaging over 30 points a game with Flacco under center. He's filled in for Joe Burrow. The only way for Bengals to win any game is in a complete shootout, having the ball the very final possession. And that's what Joe Burrow specializes in. Flacco's coming in here. Yes, the guy's, he's been playing football for a very long time, let's just say that, but he still has the arm. He's got the weapons here. Chase, Higgins. Right now, Chase almost 750 yards receiving. That's all Flacco's needs. The deep targets, he still has the arm to push the ball down to them. They have Brown at the running back position. Cincinnati, 41.7% chance to win. Chicago, 57.9%. The Bears are 1.5-point favorites, 51.5 over-under. This game is practically a pick. Who's going to have the ball last year? That's the unknown. Chicago, like I said, Caleb Williams looking much better than last season. And as long as you have Flacco out there chucking the ball, the Bengals can always win a shootout. This is one of those games. It's going to go down to the fourth quarter. We'll revisit this later this week. But as of right now, give me Cincinnati at home, 28-26. It's a very close game. CBS at 1 p.m. The 5-3 San Francisco 49ers. The amount of injuries this team has had is incredible. The fact that they're still 2 games over 500. Mac Jones has been banged up. Purdy, Jennings, Kittle, Pearsall. It is crazy that the healthiest person on the team has been Christian McCaffrey so far. He has well over 500 yards rushing, almost 600 yards receiving. His back has to be so sore. He's literally carrying this entire team all by himself. But it's a good thing to watch. They're playing solid team football as the guys come back, slowly starting to get better. They're on the road here versus the 2-6 New York Giants. Just bad luck right now. Obviously, Jackson Dart, this offense has been a completely different offense since he took over at the quarterback position. But they just lost Scadaboo for the season, and that was a gruesome injury. Massive loss for them. Robinson having a really good season. Just think of where this team would be if they also had neighbors in there. New York, 55.8% chance to win. San Fran, 43.8%. The fans are really loving the Giants here. Right now, 49ers 2.5-point favorites, 46.5 over-under. 49ers are adding 20 points a game. Throwing for 259, very pass-heavy. They got to concentrate on the run game just a little bit more. Slow the game down, control time of possession. They're only running for 89. That's not going to count it. They're giving up 20.5 points a game. New York, 21.6 points a game. Throwing for 207, running for 118, but that rushing game obviously going to take a massive hit without Scadaboo. They're giving up 26.9 points a game. The 49ers here, no matter what, they should be able to beat up the short-handed Giants. They don't have neighbors. They don't have Scadaboo. San Francisco wins this one, 24-17. 1 p.m. on CBS, the 7-1 Indianapolis Colts. How about the Colts? Let's just hold on a second. Are they the best team in the NFL? Came out of nowhere this season. Daniel Jones, the second coming of Daniel Jones, 2,100 yards passing. He's being efficient, keeping the turnovers down. He's also a mobile quarterback. He's a dual-threat quarterback, physical ground game, extending plays with his legs. Jonathan Taylor, the guy could be the MVP so far this season, almost 900 yards rushing. And this is the halfway point coming up this week. He could have 1,000 yards by the halfway point. Warren, Pearson, they have a really good defense. They're on the road here versus the 4-4 Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers having just lost the game Sunday night. The Steelers can score some points. Rodgers is playing well. But that is not a Mike Tomlin defense. They're giving up a boatload of points around. That does not bode well versus the number 1 offense in the NFL coming down. Pittsburgh, 45.9% chance to win. Colts, 53.8. Colts are 2.5-point favorites. 48.5 over-under. They're averaging 33.8 points a game. The number 1 offense. Throwing for 251. Running for 134. Only giving up 19.3 points a game. Very well-rounded, balanced team. Pittsburgh, 25 points a game. Throwing for 203. Running for 95, getting a 23.3 points a game, but giving up points when they can give up points in the fourth quarter. I don't like that here. Yes, Pittsburgh is at home. That's going to help them out, but I trust the Colts offense against that Steelers defense. Colts win this one 27-23. CBS at 1 p.m. The 5-3 Los Angeles Chargers. How about Harbaugh's team here? An extremely pass-heavy LA Chargers team. I want to see them run the ball just a little more, but so far the vertical deep passing game is looking really good because Justin Herbert having a career season so far. 2,200 passing yards, 16 touchdowns, 7 picks. Great wide receiver core. Allen, Ladd McConkey. They're on the road here versus the 1-7 Tennessee Titans, the coachless Tennessee Titans. Cameron Ward starting to play a little better, but he needs a lot of help from the surrounding team around him. The offensive line has to hold up. The wide receiver core is, guys, stop dropping the ball. You got to help out Ward. Tennessee, 26.9% chance to win. Chargers, 72.9. 10.5-point favorites. Another massive spread for an NFL game. The over-under, 43.5. Chargers are averaging 23.5 points a game. Throwing for 254. Running for 123. Giving up 21.6 points a game. They had a top 5 defense last year. They're not quite there yet, but the ability, the talent is there for the defense to get things on track. Titans, 13.8 points a game. Throwing for 168. Running for 80.4. Giving up 28.8 points a game. That's mainly due to turnovers, giving the other team a short field. It's not helping the defense out. Give me the Chargers here, rolling on the road. They win it 28-17. 4:05 p.m. on Fox, the 4-3 Jacksonville Jaguars, a very well-rested Jacksonville team. They're riding a 2-game losing streak right now. Started out the season really hot, though. But let's just look at this team compared to last year. Under Cohen so far, much improved in both facets of the game since last year. They're on the road versus the 2-5 Las Vegas Raiders. This is the chance for the Jags to get things back on track, regain some momentum. Jacksonville, 56.7% chance to win. The Raiders, a 43% chance. Pete Carroll, he would love to pull off the upset here, try to chip his way slowly back to 500. Jags are 3-point favorites, 43.5 over-under. So far, Trevor Lawrence, 9 touchdowns, 5 picks. He's kind of been up and down so far this season, but at least he's a lot more decisive than he was last season. Travis Etienne having a career season at the running back position. On the other side, Geno Smith. So much rides on Geno Smith. What version of Geno Smith shows up? The guy's Jekyll and Hyde. He'll have 3 touchdowns. He'll have 3 picks. Who's going to show up any given Sunday? We don't know. But we do know. Feed Gentry the ball. Control the time of possession. Right now, looking at the team stats here. Jags are averaging 20.9 points a game. Throwing for 215, running for 120, giving up 22.1 points a game. Pretty sure they're still leading the NFL in turnovers on the defensive side. Las Vegas, 14.7 points a game. That's not going to cut it. Throwing for 183, running for 94, giving up 25.7 points a game, almost 226 through the air. Give me the Jags getting back in the win column on the road, 24-16. Fox at 4:05 p.m. The 1-7 New Orleans Saints. Still a lot of quarterback question marks on this team. Rattler show they have to get some consistency. They got to get their defense off the field. Way too many turnovers, giving the short field to the other team. Kamara, Olave, because they don't have a bad overall offensive roster. It's just getting the ball to the playmakers. The defense getting stops when they need. They're on the road here versus the extremely hot 5-2 LA Rams. The Rams offense is cooking right now. The defense is a top 4 defense in the NFL. Not a team you want to play on the road. LA, 78.4% chance to win. New Orleans, 21.4. The Rams are 13.5 point favorites, 44.5 over. That is a massive, massive NFL spread. New Orleans, 16 points a game, throwing for 201, running for 94, giving up 26.1 points a game. LA, 25 points a game, throwing for 257, running for 103, only giving up 16.7 points a game. They have Stafford. Stafford, 17 touchdowns, only 2 picks. It's not his highest passing season of his career, but I'd say, in my personal opinion, the most efficient season of his career so far. They have Williams. They're going to get Nakua back at some point this season, but no matter what, a talented overall receiving core. Give me the Rams pulling off the win at home, 26-16. And this is easily the game of the week. One of the best games probably of the entire year. These teams have some history. 4:25 p.m. on CBS, the 4-3 Kansas City Chiefs. The defense is playing like a top 5 defense right now. The offense much improved over last season. Patrick Mahomes looking like 2021, 2019 Patrick Mahomes on the road versus the 5-2 Buffalo Bills. These teams, there's a long storied history, both regular season and definitely playoff. These teams flip-flop back and forth. The Bills can never beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, but during the regular season, it is completely up for grabs. Buffalo at home, 41.4% chance to win. KC, 58.3. The Chiefs are 1.5 point favorites. A 1.5 favorite in the NFL. It's basically a pick 'em. Flip a coin. That's the outcome. The over-under is 51.5. Looking at KC, Patrick Mahomes, 14 touchdowns, 2 picks. Pacheco, Kelsey, Brown, Worthy. Overall, this team is playing really good football. 26.6 points a game. Throwing for 247. Running for 123. Only giving up 17.7 points a game. That front 7. Jones & Company, they are getting after creating havoc in the backfield. They're going to have their hands full here versus the reigning MVP award winner, Josh Allen. Right now, 1,600 passing yards. Again, being efficient with the ball. He's a playmaker. He's a mobile quarterback. He knows that you have that power run game with him. He will take off. He'll scramble. He'll extend plays. What I really like, though, even when he's rolling out of the pocket scrambling, he's always keeping his eye looking down the field. Cook having a great season. King. They don't have a great wide receiver core. Everyone's just above average. But when they play together with the skill set of Josh Allen, he really elevates this team. This is one of those ones that could go either way. Buffalo, 29.6 points a game. Throwing for 218. Running for 164. Actually, really balanced offense. Giving up 20.9. This game, per usual, it's going to go down to the fourth quarter. Could go down to the final minutes, the final possession. Give me Buffalo pulling off the upset. This is the regular season, so we know the Bills can beat them during the regular season. Playoff, it's a little iffy. Buffalo wins this one 30-27, but it's up for grabs. Our final Sunday night game, but second to last game, 8:20 p.m. on NBC. The 5-2 Seattle Seahawks, so far looking like one of the more balanced teams in the NFL on the road here versus the 3-4 Washington Commanders. The big question is Jaden Daniels going to be playing the offensive rookie of the year when he is on the field fully healthy, is a complete game changer. Is he going to be there? If he does play, is he going to be healthy or will he only be at 80%? It's a big question mark. We just don't know right now. Washington, 57% chance to win. Seattle, 42.6, but the Seahawks are the Vegas favorites. 3.5 point favorites, 46.5 over under. Seattle's coming in here. Very balanced overall team. Sam Darnold having a really good season, picking up right where he left off from Minnesota last year. 1,800 passing yards, 12 touchdowns, 4 picks. Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet, Smith, Najigba closing in on 900 yards receiving, and we're not even at the midway point. Great season. They have a perfect connection. Washington, obviously, a lot of injuries. Debo's been banged up. Scary Terry. Krosky Merritt's there, but we need Jaden Daniels. Marcus Mariota, serviceable backup, definitely can pull off the win here at home. And obviously, you'd feel a lot more comfortable with a healthy Daniels. Seattle, 27.6 points a game, throwing for 244, running for 106, only giving up 19.4 points a game, only 76 on the ground. If Daniels isn't fully healthy here, they're going to be aggressive shutting down the rush game. Washington, 25.7 points a game, throwing for 196, running for 149, giving up 24.3 points a game. A very balanced team on offense, but you need Jaden Daniels. With the question marks at quarterback, I got to ride Seattle for now. Seahawks win 24-20. Our final game, our Monday night game, 8:15 p.m., November 3rd, ABC, the 2-5 Arizona Cardinals, completely decimated with injuries. They've lost their running backs. They've lost Kyler Murray. He's been out for a little while here. Is he going to be playing this game? Will it even make a difference? They're on the road in Jerry World versus the 3-4 Dallas Cowboys. One of the best offenses in the NFL, top 3 overall offense. Pretty sure they're still number 1 in total yards per game. The offense is moving the ball, but gosh, does this defense stink. Right now, Dallas 61.5% chance to win. Arizona 38.2. The Cowboys 2.5-point favorites, 53.5 over/under. Cardinals 21.9 points a game, throwing for 200, running for 110, giving up 22 points a game. Actually, not a bad defense, pretty solid front seven. Dallas 30.8 points a game, throwing for 264, running for 120.4, giving up 31.3 points a game. This defense, it is awful. It's one of the worst, if not the worst in the NFL. But Dak Prescott, great numbers. 1,900 yards, 16 touchdowns, 3 picks. Williams, this is the game changer from last season. They can actually run the ball this year, 600 rushing yards. They have Pickens. CeeDee Lamb might be the best 1-2 wide receiver combo in the NFL. Dallas at home, just too many weapons to me. The offense makes the difference. They win this one 28-23. Guys, that's our picks, our early picks and predictions for all of our NFL games for Week 9 of the 2025 season. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop your comments below. Who do you think is going to win these games? If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out the pinned comment below. Click on the links up there. I would appreciate it. Thanks for watching.